a highly charged scene at Escondido City Hall tonight as planning commissioners there consider whether to approve a facility to house children who crossed into the U.S. illegally.
U.S. Department of Health and Human Services wants to open a 96-bed shelter for children ages 6 to 17 in a former skilled nursing facility. San Diego 6's John Carroll live outside Escondido City Hall with more on the tough decision before planning commissioners. John.
Jim, Netta, more than 3 hours after this meeting started, it is still going on tonight inside of Escondido City Hall. Hundreds of people packed in tonight, and scores more stood outside as speaker after speaker, with very few exceptions, told planning commissioners why they don't want the housing facility to be approved.
There's a lot of things that don't meet the conditions and requirements that these commissioners are here to judge. The noise, the safety, the traffic. There's a lot of instruments by which you guys could choose to not support this, and I say no.
That was typical of the comments planning commissioners heard on Tuesday night. Most people in this packed council chamber are against the proposal to approve the conversion of this former nursing facility into a 96-bed temporary housing facility for undocumented, unaccompanied children between the ages of 6 and 17. The facility is on Avenida del Diablo between Valley Parkway and Del Dios Road. The problem is a huge influx of unaccompanied minors, mainly from Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador, crossing the border into California, Arizona, and Texas. The Border Patrol says over the last few months the numbers of them have increased by 1,000%. So the government is struggling to find places to house them until they can be reunited with their families.
When ICE or the Border Patrol comes into possession or custody of a minor with no parent, they bring them to Southwest Key, and Southwest Key's job is to reunite that child with the parent as quickly, or the family as quickly as possible.
Southwest Key is the nonprofit that would run the facility, but speaker after speaker here raised concerns about several issues. The proposal includes building a 6-foot fence around the property. Southwest Key says that fence is to protect the children. But to many here, it sounded more like turning this into a detention facility.
I'm honestly concerned for the safety of my neighborhood.
Elias Berlinger lives within feet of the building.
The skilled care centers serve the community. This won't serve us. This won't serve our community. It's a different demographic altogether that would be served, and I don't think that's the right use for that property.
But Escondido resident Luis Romero says the old nursing facility is a good place to put children who, for the time being at least, have nowhere else to go.
Right now, where are the children at? They're sleeping in warehouses, gyms, and out there in the cold somewhere. So this would be an idea where you can control those children.
Now, if commissioners approve the proposal, it would give Southwest Key a 5-year lease, after which they would be able to apply for another 5-year lease, or they could let the facility return to its original purpose. Whichever way the Planning Commission decides tonight, it will eventually and ultimately be up to the Escondido City Council. Live tonight in Escondido, John Carroll, San Diego 6 News.